for women who are just done putting themselves at the bottom of the self-care list and really ready and willing and wanting to feel really comfortable and confident in their bodies. Welcome. And so I would love, this is just the coolest opportunity right now. I get to introduce you guys to a beautiful, wonderful, special woman. She is a glowing skin whisperer, as I call her. I am claiming that name right now for you. This is what it's all about, because when we are glowing, I mean, it's not just, I know it's not just a physical thing. It shines from the inside when we're beginning to take care of ourselves. And so Miss Candice is here to share with us a little bit about, well, first of all, like, why is the skin, like skin is not something that I personally have thought very much about. As the years are going by, I think about it more and more as I remind myself every day to drink lots and lots of water.
Good job.
But where did this come from? Where did this inspiration to even, focus on skin as an avenue to help women really shine in this world?
I love that question so much, Rose. Thank you for inviting me into this group. And I am so honored to be here and get to share with you and the beautiful women in your group. Wow. Okay. Well, my background, and for many years, I've been a working visual artist and as well as a teacher. And in my work as a visual artist in particular, I've spent over 2 decades helping people transform their spaces and working with interior designers and stylizing and painting and doing all kinds of fun, cool things in spaces to transform them into something that really is nurturing to the individuals that live there. And I've always been just kind of enamored with the concept of before and after, the makeover, the transformative process. On a strengths finder, I'm a maximizer is one of my top 5. And I think that kind of plays in. Like, I love the concept of taking what we have and making it as good as it can be. And I used to binge watch What Not to Wear because it was just another sort of transformational type of thing. So I've always been really fascinated with that. And I think that, the love of transformation, the love of color, I've always been, I shouldn't say always, but for many, many years, I've been a student and a practitioner of nutrition. And so that wellness factor and that, how what we put in our body kind of shines through to the outside. So when I started helping women with their skin, it kind of all sort of came together that way. I feel like all those different pieces and the teaching piece too, it's really been fascinating to me how it has meshed with all those things more than I actually ever expected.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes we just end up somewhere and you go, oh, yeah, this is the right place for me right now. And you kind of try to look back and see how the heck I ended up here. So I guess probably one of my questions is about Mary Kay, right? Like, that's like the first one that comes up in my brain as, well, is she a Mary Kay consultant? Like, what do you even think about Mary Kay stuff? Like, tell me a little bit about this.
Oh my gosh, that's a great question too. So, I mean, what you just said is so true. Like, I entered the skincare, sharing and helping women with their skin and their makeup through the Mary Kay door. Absolutely, I did. And it came to me, it just kind of fell right in front of me in early 2020, actually. The pandemic entered our lives. And at the time I had my art business I was working, and then I was also working as a teacher, helping people with developmental disabilities create art and show up and get visible in the world. in through art. And that went bye-bye when the pandemic hit. So a friend of mine called me who I had worked with. She used to have a gallery, and she had some of my paintings there, and I hadn't talked to her for a while. And she had started a Mary Kay business as a side gig. She was thinking ahead to saving extra money for retirement. So it's funny you brought that up, and I don't know if you even knew that about me. But so yeah, Mary Kay is really well known that way because it's in 40 countries in the world. It's been around since, for almost 60 years. It's a top 5 world brand. And I don't want to, go far off, on that tangent, but I have found that what really brought me in, and what really, before I even tried the product, was the company, because its mission is to lift up and empower women. And I heard that, and I'm like, I think I'm already in. Tell me more. I should try the product. And then I, found out more good things that I liked. But it was really that mission to get to help women. I had been in work that most of my whole life helping people, but the idea of helping women in particular, it just jumped out at me because, I don't know, this place I am in life, I just feel like as women, we have so much on our plates, and for us to kind of team up together and link arms and help each other, I think is the superpower that we have if we choose to do it. And that is kind of just like, feels like it's being kind of unleashed right now, even on another level. So
yeah, I definitely 100% relate to that. And I'm almost embarrassed. However, I've really learned a lot over the years of not being, ashamed or embarrassed even of my quote dark side. But I spent a lot of years, because I was so uncomfortable in my own body and had such low self-esteem, self-regard, that it was really quite impossible for me to be happy for or appreciate or really love another woman. It was really challenging. I was one of those girls that found myself around a lot of men, having a lot of male friends, because I didn't feel like I could really relate to, or I always felt either like mostly less than, but sometimes better than, right? It was always this like judging myself against other women, whether it was physically or emotionally or, whatever it was. And it feels really good to have softened that, to not have that be a thing, to look at another woman and be like, you rock. You're so proud of you. I want to help you.
I so appreciate you bringing that up, because the backstory isn't quite the same for me. I mean, I had a lot of female friends always, but still, I think it's very common as women for us to have that kind of dialogue going on where we vacillate between feeling less than and judging. And, maybe they're the same thing, just going like this, right? Probably, yeah. I think so. But it's part of like the mixed messages, I think. And to be able to be surrounded and take some steps to surround myself with women that are really committed to lifting up other women and helping other women. And it has changed me and shifted me into a place that feels so much better. And I've even found myself like being in other settings that aren't related to the women specifically that I'm working with to lift up other women like yourself, where I view women as a whole totally differently, and speak up in my appreciation for them more and build them up more. And I'm so grateful, because it's putting myself with other women like that has taught me how to do that, and it's gotten that into my heart. And now it starts to come out. It just comes out automatically, which, that it just feels like such a better place to walk around in. You know, you see a woman and you just like, hey, that's my sister.
Oh, totally. You know, that's so interesting. I I actually have a sister who won't speak to me because of this, exactly what we're talking about. It's that she, yeah, you know what? I'm hoping that relationship, there's some space for some healing there.
Yeah.
I think we all have a lot of
too.
room to heal. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. And it's such a powerful thing. I mean, me too. I mean, even just the name of this group, ladies, let's button those jeans, like so intentional that the female power is incredible. I mean, we do things, we can move mountains, we can give life.
Right?
I mean, yes, it's incredible, that beauty and the strength together with the grace. It's just, it's incredible. And it's also just as much power and essence and beauty and strength that we have available to us as potential. There is also as much intensity kind of holding us down. And what I realize, and what I'm kind of hearing you saying as well, is that what we thought was holding us down was actually ourselves.
Yes.
Right. It's our own way that we show up, and it's just about learning something different. So thank you so much for showing up and shining and wanting to teach and share and to educate. You know, the word educate actually comes from the word educe, which means to draw out from.
Ooh, I did not know that. I love that.
So powerful. So to educate isn't about like, I know something that you don't know and I'm going to tell you. It's not about that. To really educate is to see that person as the bright, shining star that they actually are, and hold that space for them and draw that wisdom, that knowledge, that experience, that beauty right up out of them. And that sometimes it's just these little tweaks. So please share, Candice, what's a couple of things that we as mature, amazing, beautiful women
yes
can do to really allow that inner light to shine a little bit brighter in our appearance?
So like kind of some practical skin specific take care of our skin things. Okay, because I get excited when you ask me that, because there's all kinds of things, right? There's like the nutrition side of it, there's the what we tell ourselves side of it. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the actual take care of our skin side of it. And you know, when we think about it, our skin, right, is the largest organ in our body. We all know that, but it's easy to forget. Sometimes we think about our skin as like saran wrap around, you know, it's like what just holds us together, and that it's
like a skin.
yeah, right. And that it's like we put stuff on us, but that it actually doesn't go into us. Like, right. I think that's like a subconscious belief that a lot of us have, and just I don't know how we got it, but it's so not true. So, but anyway, so I think that some of the I always start every skincare class with what you already modeled for us. You know, one of the best things we can do for our skin is to get our daily dose of water. It makes such a difference. Yes, beautiful. Figure out a way that you can make it convenient. And for me, I like to put that little quarter wedge of lemon in my ball jar that I keep my water in, because it's just a little prettier, and it's just a little bit, I love that taste, and it helps me consume more water. So, you know, we all know it, but still, I think the reminders never become non-valuable, because we forget, or something changes, or we lose our favorite water cup. And even something that simple, our favorite water bottle missing, can affect our consumption, right? I mean, it's all it takes, right? And all of a sudden I'm like, man, I didn't drink any water today. So yep. Make sure you have your system that will really allow you to get. And here I'm in a northern climate right now. Today it was like 17 below zero out.
I'm sorry, I'm in California. Right when you said that, I'm like, the rent's worth it. The rent is worth it. I'm just saying.
Amen, sister. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's hot or if it's cold, we still need a ton of water, because when it's cold like this, the heat inside dries your skin. Then you'll walk out to, like 100-degree difference and your skin goes, wow. So, but whether we are in hot or cold, I mean, the next really, really important thing is protecting our skin from the sun. We also hear that a lot, but studies show over and over that even though there's a lot of controversy, you might even say, or different opinions about how healthy it is it to put sunscreen on our face? Right. Should we be using the chemical sunscreen or the physical sunscreens? The science shows that whichever one we choose, and choose the one that feels right for you. I mean, I could get into a whole nother conversation on that, but not choosing any, actually there's a lot more cancer and harm to our body that comes from not choosing any than choosing one, so it's really important to do that, whether that means wearing a hat or having the sunscreen on, or because not only is it a skin cancer issue, but it is the number one thing that ages our skin.
I love the daily moisturizer that has like an SPF of 30. That's usually what I use. And then even the like foundations have 15 or 30 in it often. So that's typically what I do. And I usually wear a hat. Like if I know I'm going to be in the sun,
good, yeah,
I'm a hat girl. So I wish I had all day. I would literally just continue to ask you questions. Well, what kind do you use?
Right. I know. I'm like, already, I have a CC cream, which is, like a tinted moisturizer, but CC creams have a light reflecting ingredients too. So it also evens out your skin tone a bit with being really light, and there's a SPF in it. So that's a great point. Like, find a way that makes it convenient and easy. Have your hat handy. And I will tell you, just a personal experience, I've always been good at protecting my face and from the sun, but I'm a visual artist, so I use my hands all the time. I've had dogs for years and years, so I'm always out walking my dogs, and I'm an outdoors person. So it can be challenging to keep sunscreen on your hands. So my point is, sunscreen on my face, yes. Sunscreen on my hands, not so much. My hands look for sure about 20 years older than my face. I look at my hands and I say, wow, like, it looks like, my mom's hands, and, she's a beautiful woman, but she's older than me. And my face, people think I'm usually younger than I am. So, I mean, I look at my own body and I can see the testimony for doing it. I'm 52 years old in February. And
I'm sorry, you need to say that again.
I'm 52 years old in February, and I've been teased a lot by my family, my sister who's 2 years older than me, for wearing sunscreen, and I've been mocked, but now I am happy because, my skin has, we delay it. I mean, we're all going to have changes, and that's something we want to embrace and love and celebrate, that we get to be this age. I think that's so important. That we, and for some of us, we have to have more intention to have that. And some of us, it might come more natural, but I think it's so important to continually celebrate that we get to age.
I love that. I love that. And one time I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I mean, it's certainly better than the alternative.
Exactly. And we all know people that haven't gotten to be the age that we've gotten to be, So I think about that when I turn another birthday, or I see a new, something going on with my skin here and here, but we can be our own worst critics.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
We have to celebrate that we are alive and we get to age.
Beautiful, beautiful. So on that note, before I just continue asking you a million questions and make you give me a list of everything that you use and everything that you do, this isn't totally the place for it, but I do believe that you are having an event coming up next week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, January 10th, 11th, and 12th. I actually put the link just above us talking right now, where you guys can go and register for this. So let me see if I can get this name correct. We got Claim Your Radiant Skin, the 4 steps to show up radiant, confident, and polished on camera. I'm going to imagine that it's or off camera as well.
Yeah, I probably should add that in because it doesn't really matter. I had like on camera and in life, but I was trying to shorten it.
Yeah.
But we want to be radiant wherever we go and whenever.
Yes, exactly. So is there like a little more that you can tell us about this incredible event?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's as you said, January 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 1 hour in the evening. For Pacific time, it's 5 to 6 o'clock. And for Central time, which I am, it's 7 to 8 o'clock. And if you're a different time zone than that, just Google it. I can't keep them all straight. But so what I'm going to be talking about is I'm really focusing on the skin and then some really fun and simple makeup tips. Monday is about teaching about skincare and how a skin routine can be very helpful at any age. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how our skin works, what keeps it young looking, what causes aging, what can we do to delay that process and just really get, love on our skin. And then on Tuesday, the day 2, I'm going to be demonstrating and talking about how to apply a natural looking foundation that lasts. Day 3, I'm going to be talking about how to maximize our eyes for maximum engagement with some simple techniques. When we think about it, I'm just going to tangent for a second, if I may. So many of us are working and showing up and doing lots of things on camera, on Zoom, on other formats. And when we are on this platform, we've taken out, they say, what is it? 80% of communication is body language. And you still may see my hands flailing here, but pretty much we got this, right? This is what we have to communicate with: our voice and our background. And all of those things are communicating something. Yeah. So, and the connection that we want to have with whoever we're speaking with, learning from, sharing with, however we're connecting is really important. So, some fun tips to maximize your eyes, because they're a tool for communication, tool for engagement, and really making a silent but powerful statement that I'm here, I'm present, and I'm ready to, help or receive or whatever it is. So I'm excited about that. And then the last day, we're going to be celebrating our smiles with some pro tips for luscious lips. So it should be a lot of fun. There's going to be free prizes, me demonstrating, me asking for, sharing from the people that jump on. It's a conversation too. It's like you brought out earlier, it's not just me, talking at people. I want to know what people are interested in and what their experience has been. So it should be a lot of fun. I won't put anybody on the spot though. Don't worry. I didn't want to scare anybody away there, and it's free. It's a totally free event. So you just click on that link and register, and then you'll get, the link that you need to join in. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to share this.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I've already got that on my calendar. As you're talking, I'm like, yep. And so-and-so is going to come with me too. So I'm going to go tag them over there. This is amazing. Thank you so much. What beautiful work that you're doing in the world, literally. And it's not just about put on a bunch of makeup and, fake smile. What I really hear you saying is helping women dig deep and then also care from both sides. And then the shining and the blossoming of the woman, just, it makes it so much easier. It starts to come natural.
Absolutely. And can I add one more thing, Rose,
Please.
that I think is really important, is that for me, one of the things that gets me so excited and passionate about this, you know, in addition to what I shared about my background in visual arts, is getting visible like this is something I do regularly now, but it wasn't always something I was able to do because of, you know, early childhood trauma. I got this belief in my head that being invisible was not safe.
Right.
And, you know, I won't go too far into it here, but I am learning more and more and more that I was resistant, you know, in the past to putting makeup on or even confused messages about my own beauty or, you know, doing anything to stand out more. I mean, just so many confusing mixed messages and never really feeling comfortable in my own body from that point of view. But what I'm realizing now is that, you know, our beauty is a sacred part of our truth and of our power. And that when we take a little bit of time to make ourselves stand out a little more, to nurture ourselves in this way, we're also teaching ourselves that it's okay to be visible little by little. Because I think I've talked to hundreds of women, and in different formats, a lot of women are afraid to get more visible. They might do it anyway, but it's a scary thing. Yeah. And I am learning, and I talk about it more in my program, that there's a deep connection between taking these steps for ourselves and feeling more safe in being visible and being able to show up that way. So I hope that tangent wasn't, you know, too off, but I just felt like it's a really important part of my message and part of why I love to help women.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. It was a beautiful tangent and something that I strongly relate to. I mean, the only reason I was able to even create this group and show up and, you know, invite over 1,000 women into this group and go live the way that I have all over the place is because I have like a real deep inner calling, need, and desire to share what I have found. And that the fear and like the, you know, most of my life living not wanting to be seen like that, I can totally relate to that. So thank you for bringing that up, and thank you for calling out the fear that lives with a lot of us around that, and just, you know, bringing some softness to it. Beautiful.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Candice. What an amazing adventure. I feel like we've got on these last few minutes, however long we've been going. So thank you, ladies, for being here. Make sure that you click on that link above, and we will see you next week. Mwah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.